There we go. So that's Dr. Danielle's information. We are going to be inviting her to join us.
Danielle has been with us from the very first.
Yeah.
Like,
We
there for,
and puns can't stop, won't stop. She is one of our quote ride or dies.
yeah. So
So
she's two in person and an online, and so this is her second online event with us.
okay. Good morning, Danielle.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good morning.
Adjust the camera here. Excited to be here again. Yeah, the fourth parent trip that I've gotten to do, and it's been so much fun. The in-person ones were wonderful, you know, when we could do them, and so it was great to be able to meet all the other providers and really connect with people who were in person with us at those events participating. But I really like this webinar setup as well that you guys have done, and just thanks again for setting this all up, because I know the last parent trip, the pivot was, you know, it was hard. It was hard. And I know it's a lot of work for you guys this weekend, because you did yesterday for the West and then today for the East. So you're on all day, and you guys are great MCs. So I appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, we're going to let you chat. So have fun.
Okay, so I'm Dr. Danielle McCary. Nice to meet you all. I'm a chiropractor here in Portland, Oregon, and I'm originally from Canada, so you might hear a little accent come out at some point when I speak. I came down here for chiropractic school and met my husband, Dr. Phil. You know, fell in love, got married, decided to stay down here, and now we have two beautiful girls, a 5-month-old and a 2.5-year-old. And we own Laurelhurst Chiropractic together. The clinic's been in this community for about 30 years, but we've had it for about 6. And we're right next to the Laurelhurst movie theater on 28th and Burnside, East Burnside, and we share the parking lot with them. And at our clinic, we treat a wide variety of conditions and patients, you know, everything from wellness care to injury care like car accidents or work comp. But my real passion is treating pregnant patients and helping them through their pregnancy journey. And then just having my 2 daughters really reinforced how beneficial getting chiropractic care during your pregnancy can be. I had a lot of old injuries that flared up when I was pregnant that was making it difficult to sleep and work and, you know, just enjoy my pregnancy. So it was really great that I had access to this type of care. And then also, you know, you're going to learn about all the other types of care you can get today through the event. And so I was really grateful to learn about those as well throughout my pregnancies. So I think patients come in to a chiropractor when they're pregnant for a couple different reasons. And the first most obvious one is pain, right? You want to get out of pain. You have low back pain or pelvis pain. And it's something like 70% of women during their pregnancy have low back or pelvic pain, which is frustrating. You know, you want to feel good and enjoy your pregnancy, like I said. So we're here to help you with that. Of gravity. So chiropractic can definitely help with that. And then the next thing is some patients come in because they have loss of function. So maybe they're just noticing they're having problems sitting all day at work or being on their feet. They're having problems sleeping, like I said I was. And the next one is baby positioning. So your midwife or your MD, whoever you're seeing for your prenatal care, might recommend coming into a chiropractor to have a Webster technique done to help with your baby's positioning if they're in breech. And Webster technique is quite successful with that. And then the last reason is wellness. A lot of women come in because they want to try to make their pregnancy as comfortable as possible, and as well just their labor and delivery as smooth as possible, and try and avoid any sort of interventions, decreased likelihood of needing interventions as they go through that. So the great news is that chiropractic care can help with all of those. And so one of the questions people have, I think there's a lot of anxiety about getting care during your pregnancy if you're unfamiliar with things. So chiropractic care during pregnancy, we use a protocol called Webster, and it really focuses on a low force technique to the pelvic joints, muscles, ligaments to help with maternal positioning, which is mom's position, to help decrease pain and discomfort, but also ensure that your pelvic bowl that the baby is going to travel through is in an optimal position And so your pelvis is made up of 3 bones. You have your left and right ilium. You have your sacrum, which is also known as your tailbone. And these bones connect in the back and the front, creating a circle, which is your pelvic bowl. And there's 2 joints in the back of your body called your SI joints, and then the joint in the front is called your pubic symphysis, also called your pubic bone. So those are common areas where women have pain during pregnancy. And then this pelvic bowl is held together by there's an imbalance in one of those 3 joints or in the ligaments and muscles that are connecting from your uterus to your pelvic bones. It can create a lot of torque and pull, unevenly, and it creates a lot of pain and discomfort. And that also can stop your baby from moving into an optimal position when you go to deliver your baby. So that's what Webster technique really helps with. And that's why I'd recommend, even if you're already under chiropractic care, it's not that you shouldn't see like a quote unquote regular chiropractor. They're not gonna, harm you if you're pregnant, or it's not that treatments aren't beneficial, but because the technique was designed specifically for pregnancy, we're evaluating all of those ligaments and muscles that are specific to what you're going through. So that's why I'd recommend finding a doc who does prenatal chiropractic and Webster technique. When you come in, we do a full exam and physical, and we get you to lie down on a pregnancy cushion. It has cutouts for your breasts and your belly, which feels super great if you haven't been able to lie down face down your whole pregnancy, right? Pelvis. And you can see a picture of the pillow on our website. The lovely Ashley, who's going to be speaking later today, took the photos for our clinic. So thank you for that, Ashley. And along with Webster technique at our office, we do a lot of different treatments because not everybody's body responds the same to treatments. And so, Dr. Kelsey talked about doing abdominal massage, and we do taping, rehab, acupuncture, we do prenatal massage. So I think one of the great things about the event today is you can learn about all those different types of treatments and figure out, if one works well for you, awesome. If you try something and you're not responding the way you necessarily think you should, there's always another option for your care. So if you're having pain and you feel like you're struggling or stressed or losing hope, there's always another option. We're open for care. We take all the precautions recommended by the state, the WHO, the CDC, to protect our patients. And we take most major medical insurance. So we are happy to check your benefits. And a great deal of what we do is hands-on, but we're actually doing a lot through Zoom and on the phone for our patients. Some of our patients, don't feel comfortable coming in, and so we can do a lot of work through Zoom and online, really helping with doing exercises at home, either for pregnancy or not related to pregnancy. And so that's been really great to be able to help those patients who, just don't feel comfortable coming into an office right now for care. So in summary, getting chiropractic care during pregnancy is safe and effective. It can help you decrease your pain and help with fetal positioning, and possible. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can contact us at our clinic, laurelhurstchiropractic.com. We're on Facebook and Instagram. And then for parent trip attendees, we're offering a $47 initial exam fee for the first 5 who book. So thank you again so much for having me on. Really appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
It looks like we have a question for you here. We have a couple questions. So the first one is, in which week do you recommend beginning or recommend the Webster techniques? So I added the beginning part because I feel like it's ongoing.
Yeah. So most of the patients that I see typically come in after their 20-week mark, because that's when, 16 to 20 weeks is when you start to have maybe some round ligament pain or some discomfort. And that's when your center of gravity for most pregnancies really starts to shift forward. So that's when most women tend to come in, when they start to feel the symptoms of pregnancy. I have other patients who only come in, the last stage of their pregnancy because they're recommended by, like I said, their midwife or their MD because they have a breech baby. So, maybe they didn't have any pain going through pregnancy and they're coming in at 37, 36 weeks, something like that, to get work done. And then I also have patients who saw me before, and so they just continue with care the entire time during their pregnancy. So those are all options. I do feel like coming in sooner can kind of help maintain your ability to feel comfortable during your pregnancy. So being proactive instead of reactive to your symptoms. But I think it's a little bit of what you feel you need at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got another question here that says, do you take insurance, i.e. Kaiser? This sounds like something I could really use right now.
Yeah, we definitely do. We're also on the CHP panel, which is through Kaiser. So we take that, and yeah, you can always call our clinic. You can shoot us an email and we can verify your insurance benefits and let you know what benefits you do have for chiropractic, massage, all of that good stuff.
Great. And a last question here from Abby. It says, do you do specific chiropractic work that's helpful for postpartum?
I do. Yeah. It's for me, especially with breastfeeding and you're in like awkward positions, changing a baby and, at night trying to get them to calm down and go to sleep. So I do a lot of postnatal care for my patients as well. It's women who have C-sections, you've been through an ordeal, right? It's a lot. So we do a lot of work for postnatal care as well. And yeah, I think it's important that you take care of yourself after the baby comes too, right? Because now you have this new little person you have to care for. So care for yourself too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's great.
Yeah, those are great questions.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Yeah, awesome.
We get a bunch of questions
Today, Danielle. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, I'm going to share Danielle's information again for y'all.
Great. I'm also just going to say, as a patient of Dr. Danielle's, she's a great chiropractor. I switched my chiropractic care to Laurelhurst after the first parent trip because I was feeling like the chiropractor I was seeing was a little bit of a like, oh, she comes in, I crack her here, and I send her out the door. And she was really asking me about, where my body currently was sitting, how my function was, how my pain levels were. And my appointments with Danielle are always way longer than I've had with any other chiropractor because she stops and she talks to me about what's going on. So that's a personal recommendation for Dr. Danielle right there.
That's so great.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Thanks for watching. If you liked our channel, please make sure that you hit the button at the bottom and subscribe so you don't miss any other videos we have coming up.
If you want to know the moment we post, hit that bell to notify you.
Ding, ding. We're also on Facebook and Instagram.
At the Parent Trip PDX.
And we have a Patreon that we'd love you to check out.
We do all of this for free. We love to support you. We love to share all these resources. But it would help us out a lot if you came and gave us a little support so we can keep doing what we do.
Thanks.